Yo ho, good day, and welcome home to Tanimura for episode 18 of our Cities Skylines inspirational build. Today we are finally going to build the village that we have talked about so much. And then we are going to name the road that's flowing toward it after the village. We are going to replace our temporary university by a custom DLC university, and of course we're going to do some decoration as well. Yeah, this promises to be a fun episode, so let's enjoy this adventure together. So let's first turn off our day and night cycle, because daylight is way easier to work with. Boom, daylight. So over here is going to be our village center where the river splits, and we are going to start that out with a road with grass borders. We'll draw it out from here until I think right about here. On this road we are going to put the central asset of this town center, which is going to be the city hall. And then we are going to expand our road pattern from here. First, let's draw up. Let's keep the game on pause, by the way, because we'll otherwise get many markers like the ones above our city hall right now popping up. And we're going to draw up these roads by 5 tiles. And then we are going to swap to the normal 2-lane roads, draw them out by 3, down by 10, out by 20, or not by 20. Oh, I see. This one is not completely right. Damn it. So out by 20 and back in here. This gives us a nice space to work with, I think. And I think I will want to make this one a road with trees as well. Then we are going to center a 4-lane road from the direction of this arrow, out by 5, and then we are going to turn it into a 4-laner with tram tracks, and we're for now going to draw it out by 20. It doesn't really matter that much. This is where the road from our neighborhood center is going to flow towards. So let's get into building our end-of-line tram stop over here. And we're going to do that by turning off the road guidelines first and drawing out this tram road till the end of this grid, drawing it up until here. Then you see we have 3 left over here, so we're going to replicate that on this side and draw it in until here. Then we're going to choose this place for a tram road in that direction, and my machine isn't taking it, I see. Finally. So then we're going to connect these two and then delete these two. So now we have a good place for a tram stop right in front of our city hall. Now let's start figuring out our connectivity. I'm thinking this 4-lane road is going to be the border of our little village, so it's going to flow past here and separate this peninsula from the rest of the area. And I'll draw it up till here for now. Then I'm thinking about terraforming out for our road coming from the village, or a road flowing toward the village, so this height, and I'm hoping to get it quite straight up until here. And then we're going back to our roads, and we're going to continue this one as a tram road. I guess I didn't quite get it straight, but I think it will work itself out. I hope. And I think it did. It's a bit of a steep slope, but I guess that will be the same for the other side as well. Although, no, maybe we'll actually turn this into an area of the same height as the road. And we'll see about what comes over there later. So the tram road is of course going to be a bridge over this road. Maybe we'll have to draw it in a little bit closer before we start bridging it. Maybe about here, and then we lower our elevation step and take this one up by 3, and we will try and get this into a bridge. Maybe up one more step. No, still not good. The starting point is too low, so we're going to have to do some more terraforming for that. So let's decrease our brush size first, and its strength as well. And we're going to pull up the terrain over here, little by little, until we have a height that I think I can bridge with, like this. We are going to up the size and strength of our brush again. This might be too big, by the way. And then I totally used the wrong one. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's choose this height. Seems about right. And flatten it over here. And then we're going to slope it from the road up until here. And up until there. And then we're gonna draw the road up there. And now let's see if we can make it across this time. Yes, we can. It's even a bit higher, so we might have to go for 4. And then I send you guys sky gazing for a second. Yeah, I think this bridge will do. And then we're going to draw it out by 8 tiles and down by 2. And then we're going to, well, we're going to turn on our road guidelines again. Yeah, this won't do. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to snap to the line, turn off angle, and try and put it down over here. Now we're going to turn out angle again and connect it straight in here. So now the last part of the bridge curves down smoothly. And I think it works out. I think it does. Yeah, looks good. Next up on our chore list is connecting these two roads. And I think I don't want them to don't want the connection to cross the tram line. So I'm gonna drag it in from here and then drag it out to here. And then I'm going to terraform with the slope tool from the ends of these roads. So we have a nice slope for our connecting roads to sit on. First, let's draw it up from here to here and down from here to right about here, and then freeform it in. And here as well. Then we're going to go to our traffic manager and we're going to choose this junction. So the trams are going straight across. People from here are going straight across as well. And I'm an idiot, I shouldn't have used one-way streets for this. That will also reset my junction, but who cares, right? And I don't know how I did that, but let's revert it to its old state. So back to the traffic manager and let's get it right this time. So we want this lane to turn right and here as well. And traffic will just have to merge after the junction. Then let's also remove all traffic lights again, because who needs them here, right? There's no traffic interacting with each other over there. And these T-junctions, well, I think they aren't that dangerous anyway, so no traffic lights there either. Yeah, that looks like a proper connection. Maybe we should also terraform this back in here and out towards here maybe. Why not? The neighborhood is going to sit there anyway. And I do not know yet what I want to do with this part of the area. I think I'll make it flat, but at what height is yet to be decided. I also want to start a proper university over here. But now I'm probably taking too much for what I want to reach this episode, because we're already taking up quite a bit of time creating the baseline of our village. Will probably be quite a bit more time before it's actually finished. So let's supply these guys with water for now, and electricity as well. A new ugly power line running through here. And now we can play the game again with a lot of new infrastructure added. So let's paint our district for our town to be. And I'm going to hold off on the bit on the end here, because I'm going to have different policies for that part, and I do not want that in the center. Yes, thank you. And this will be a separate district. So now we have those painted out. Let's name them. And I think I am going to name them Forkstone. After the river fork on which it sits, and let's also add a stone to it, because let's make it worth its name, right? So it's gonna be a prominent rock feature, but I'll try not to overdo it. Although these are really cool. Maybe just one of these over here. Like it's splitting the water over here. The local geological mystery, because how that got there, no one knows. And where we have that rock featuring on that side, I think I want a ferry stop on this side of that city hall. Let's see if it will let us place it in a somewhat decent location without snapping to weird heights or roads it's not supposed to snap to. This does look sensible. Yeah, I think that's alright. We will, of course, need to redraw the power line after I do this. But let's connect it in for now. And power back in there as well. So I don't think the zoning spaces in here are actually workable. Maybe we might try a 2x1 asset over here. We'll see what spawns in. So do we already have the tram actually stopping here? I don't think so. No, we don't. Now we do. And let's have it stop over here as well for now. Those stops might be moved later, but we will see, we will see. And let's connect this one back up as well. Yeah. Now our trams have a bit more of a purpose, and we do not have enough workers. So I think we should invite some more residents in while we're on this side of the city anyway. So let's see, how far do we stay away from the road? I think this is about nice. A path through here. One more house over here. And let's also put the footpaths in there directly as well. Now that's nice and connected up. I think our pedestrians will be much happier. And we have given ourselves a lot of space to decorate as well, which I am of course particularly happy with. Now let's also get our first high density residential building right in here. And I also think I want to add some parking lots to it, because usually near tall apartment buildings you tend to get those. So let's take our parking lot drive first and draw it out until here, and then take our border and let's turn off our road guidelines and just try and get it in. Well, it seems this ain't working for me, so then let's remove these two pieces and just use a filler road for this stretch. And then place some parking lots on it. So here's our decals, and we just need one side of parking. Let's go back here and turn on the anarchy we need. So just a few parking spaces for our apartment's residents to put their cars in, and I guess a normal footpath from here to the road. Yeah, once we decorate this up, it will probably look really nice. Oh, I forgot to turn off the anarchy, of course. Let's get that done as well. I don't think I want this one to grow really high, so this is just right. I'll make it historical. Then let's finish up our zoning chore over here. Just this one left. And maybe another small one over here. So let's get back to our town center. It's still not that much to speak of, but we will get somewhere. So let's place our power lines a little bit differently, because we are going to use zoning to decorate up this piece of the area. I do like this little shop over here, so let's make it historical. Power is connected up, so let's go to our block regrowables, commercial assets, and I'm thinking 4x3 assets, and I want 2 of these over here. This road is going to extend the other way as well, so I left some space for that. And maybe 2 more of the same next to it. Which will border up our start of the town center a little more. So let's also add in some footpaths. I'm gonna drag this one down from here to here. And this one I want to drag up from there to there. So I guess I have to turn off my snapping for that. And now it will let me. Now there is a little bit of space left here, and I think we should tree it up, but not too dominantly. So just a few of these green trees with a larger Corsican pine on the corner. And I managed to place the wrong tree. A lot before. Yeah, sure. I think this will look nice for starters, but it has too much dirt texture for my liking, so I will use my usual brush placement to cover it up a little. And you do tend to get lines of bushes between roads like this, right? Just little areas you're not supposed to walk through, but well, a fence wasn't really what would suit the vibe of the area. So I will do the rest of this off camera. So now let's start naming this street into Splitstone Drive. And then making sure it extends all the way to where I want it to. And that's over here. It used to be an old street like this, just running through the area, and then this neighborhood got built and it got extended into this nice big tram 4-lane leading up to the village of Splitstone, which will in future be just a city part instead of a village. It won't remain a village for all eternity. Some villages just get swallowed up by cities. So let's get back to our fill road. And I hope it will let me draw out from here, which it won't. Of course it won't. Well, then this is not going to be parking, which should be fine. I don't mind that much. And this area should have a nice footpath crossing through here, just to get to the ferry stop a little easier. And let's also make sure our district specializations are alright. For this area I want local and organic produce, commercial, and yeah, for here it's alright. So let's continue our roadway pattern. I think I'm going to turn back on all of my snapping and draw it out until right about here, up until the riverbank, and maybe this one will curve along here. I'm not going for perfect symmetry, I'm going for a more natural aesthetic to the town. Well, no, this doesn't look quite right actually. Nah, let's take this one and curve it. And let's use our curved road tool for that instead of our freeform. I lost the word for a sec there. And just extend it a little bit. So this street is going to be called Bank Street. And it's going to cross in front of the city hall and run over here. It's giving me some trouble, of course, but it's. So now I think it's time for a little detailing time-lapse. So I think I will postpone doing the university to the next episode and focus on Splitstone for the rest of this one. I want to extend Bank Street until this street, and for that I will need to move my power line over for a little. So I guess I'm gonna draw it out from here and have it cross the road over here. So now we can remove this stretch and use that land for our road. Let's take our curved road tool for this and turn on the angle snapping and just gently curve it along the bank of the river. And well, I think I'll connect it up to the road over here. Then I will of course turn off the traffic light. And the other side of Bank Street will require some more terraforming because we hadn't decided on this bit yet. I decided I'm going to draw it in at the same height as the rest of crossing sits on, I think. Or at least the area where crossing lies. So this is for now going to be about right. This bit will be like this. Maybe I should decrease my brush size and smoothen out this bit to give the river back a little of the space I took, and hope it doesn't go bonkers, because I changed quite a bit about the banks now, and Cities Skylines water does not tend to like bank changes. So let's now draw up a slope for this road to sit on, gently and smoothly. So let's extend this one straight until right about here for now. And then let's continue Bank Street on this side. Over here it is also to curve smoothly along the bank. Apparently it raises it a bit too, which isn't bad. And then let's connect it up here and remove our traffic lights. Now I think I'm going to do a off-camera session of giving the correct roads priority in the correct places and get back to you after. Now let's supply Forkstone with its other amenities, because yeah, it will need a few more things, right? Like a fire station, which we can place over here nicely, although this would be really high value land, so maybe not. We could place it over here. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I don't think that works. Maybe on this side. And reconnecting in our power is of course key. Yeah, that looks a little better. Then let's try and put a little fence in here. Turn off the snapping. And add some normal green trees with leaves. Just a nice small line of small ones. Nothing too special. It also needs a police station. Let's see if this one looks right on this corner. Hope it does. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better for this corner than the fire station. So we'll also need a cemetery. And I think because it comes with a church, we can actually place it in the center, even though I don't think a cemetery is that much of a town center asset. I wish it would let me place it in here, but it won't. So then we'll have to make it a little different. So I'm gonna place this here temporarily, then turn on my snapping, draw a straight road from here to here and behind the cemetery, and then I will flip it around to here. And it has a small sweet spot closer to the tram track, and I'm trying to get it in there. Yeah, perfect. So now the church is more near the arterial road, which is nice. And we can add a footpath over here, which will also be good. The people of Tanimura, or in this case the people of Splitstone, will love us for it. Oh. So let's get it in here. Nice and connected up. And a medical clinic isn't really that much of a luxury either. Let's see which one we're going to use. This one leaves a little more space along the waterfront for other things, so that's what we're gonna place. And of course we're gonna draw another footpath behind it. Then do we need more? Well, these fire watchtowers are quite good assets too, and I want a few of them throughout the town. I think I want one over here. I definitely want one on this side of the town as well. Let's see where we're gonna place it. Maybe at the end of this street? Not destroying our fence? Just to protect ourselves from forest fires and such a little better. And of course, talking about forest fires makes me think of the Pleasantwood Lumber Company. Yeah, they would have a fire watchtower as well. So let's get it in there. And that's a lot safer already. Although this side could technically do with another one. Let's say it fits in here. If I maneuver it a little, it has a sweet spot, and there we go. So Tanimura got a lot safer just now. And that was a good place to end episode 18, I think. We finally got started on building Splitstone. We did not start our campus out yet, so we didn't get to remove our temporary university. But we also acquired about 1,000 residents to our town, which of course will be really nice. We need about 9,000 more, or about 9,000 to get our next milestone, which will contain trains, which we kinda need for our town to get a good city feel about it. But yeah, for now we're taking a bit longer tram drive than usual, just to admire the views for a bit, because I think this town has grown to be quite nice actually. So now we're heading off towards Splitstone, and near the university we are going to accelerate our pace a lot further, which will give me time to properly thank you all for watching. It's been a blast for me making episodes like this, and yeah, I hope you enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them. And for the rest of your day, I hope you really, really enjoy yourself, and see you for the next episode of Tanimura.